Hey everybody, James Swank here with JUNK180, 707-536-0740. Check us out online at JUNK180.com. Just want to make a quick video today about, specifically about moving. I'm going to set you up right there. So, as a junk removal company, I know we get hit up a lot for moving items, things that still belong to other people. And I know a lot of our competition takes that work. Fairly certain of it. In fact, I know it for sure because I know some people personally. Before I started JUNK180, they had used some of our competition for moving purposes. I'm not sure if they're set up properly for that or not, but the fact of the matter is that they do engage in it. Now, we don't, not yet, and it's for a very simple reason, and it's because we don't have the proper equipment to do so. I mean, if you're moving somebody else's stuff, it needs to be protected. You need to be able to secure it. So really, that's a box truck, right? We have dump trucks exclusively, so we don't engage in it. Now, there are some legalities involved, and that is, as a junk removal company, once you're hired to take something, you put it on your truck, and once you take possession of it, once it's on your truck, the ownership changes from the client to the company. So when you're actually hauling it, it is personal property, and it's yours. It's not the same when the intent is to take somebody else's property and transport it to another location, right? That's just a mover. And to be a for hire, which is what that is considered, DOT, you have to register as a for hire with DOT. And because you've registered as a for hire, you have to gain the services of an arbitration company. And here in California, may be different where you're from, but here in California, that also has to be registered with the CHP with the CA number and the DMV with the state with the motor carrier permit. And there are different fees associated with for hire versus personal. The exact terminology escapes me, but if you own it or if you don't own it, there's two different classifications, and there are two different sets of fees in the state that go with either one of those. So eventually we will expand to perform that service. We get enough leads to warrant it, but until we have the proper equipment to facilitate that work, we're not going to do it. We always come fully prepared to do the scope of work that we're hired to do, and right now moving is not one of them, right? We don't have the box truck. We can't secure this stuff. The next purchase, we got two dump trucks on the road right now. The next purchase will probably be a box truck because it is flexible and they are much easier to get a hold of. They're usually a little cheaper than trucks properly outfitted with a dump body. And at that time, maybe we'll go through the additional expense for the insurance. Now, as far as the DOT and that motor carrier permit, we're actually we've planned ahead and we are registered as for hire, so we can legally take somebody else's stuff or do what we do in junk removal and, remove junk. The only thing that we currently do not have to be 100% compliant is that insurance. So it's not just your general liability and your commercial auto insurance policies that are going to be affected, but it's workers' compensation as well. Hopefully you have all three. Those are the three you need to be a legitimate company. The workers' compensation, without going into too much detail, and I can't pretend to be an expert, right? I have an insurance broker that handles all my questions. She handles everything for me. But there are different workers' compensation codes, and based on that code, the workers' compensation rate is different. So if you're a junk removal company and you are not properly set up with your insurance, you are exposing yourself to liability. If your guy gets hurt moving something for somebody else, the most recent example is, we got contacted today from a past client who we had done a hot tub removal and junk removal for. They were asking about relocating a desk and a matching piece of furniture, and I had to turn it down because, like I said, we're not properly equipped to do that. We don't have the insurance for it. Now, let's say I sent my guys out to go move that desk and one of those guys got hurt. Workers' compensation is not going to cover it because we don't have the proper coverage for moving. It's going to be a different code. That's probably it for this video. Just want you to be aware. These are some things that you need to keep in mind when you're taking work on. California's got a lot of red tape. If you're outside of California, then maybe things are a little easier for you. But the insurance requirement is probably still going to be there, especially for that workers' compensation. All right, this is James Swank with JUNK180, 707-536-0740. Check us out online at junk180.com. Till next time, see ya.